All right, we got more real estate vocabulary words for you today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jake Burke. I'm studying for my California real estate exam with you guys. Today we're doing more vocabulary words on the valuation and market analysis. These ones should be tough. We have 20 of them today. Subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along. We've constantly got videos around practice test questions, vocabulary words, and real estate concepts to help you pass the real estate exam. All right, here we are with our first 4 vocabulary words: amenity, substitution, supply and demand, external obsolescence. Those are our words. Here's our definitions. We're going to match up each one to each one. A rule that says an informed buyer will not pay more for a home than a comparable substitute. Law of economics that says for all products, goods, and services, when supply exceeds demand, prices will fall. And when demand exceeds supply, prices will rise. When something outside of the control of a property makes it less desirable. A tangible or intangible feature that enhances and adds value to real estate. All right, so we're going to match them up real quick. If you guys want to move on, you already know the answers. Skip ahead. If you want to pause and take more time, go ahead, pause, take more time. I'm going to say law of economics for products and goods. That's probably supply and demand. External obsolescence, when something outside the control of a property makes it less desirable. Amenity, a tangible or intangible feature that enhances and adds value to real estate. And substitution, a rule that says an informed buyer will not pay more for a home than a comparable substitute. We got the word in the word. We're going to check it. All right, we're correct. Go ahead and pause it on here if you want to get all these vocab words. We're going to go next. And remember, guys, if you guys do want to follow along, I have an affiliate link to Colibri. This is the program and platform that I use to study for my real estate exam, and I really think it's the best option out there right now to pass the real estate exam on the first try and get it done with. All right, back to the words. We have land, progression, or regression, square foot method. A principle that says the value of a home is helped by the other homes in an area, usually said about the worst home in the best area. The actual dirt or soil on the ground, from a legal standpoint, also refers to everything under the ground, to the center of the earth, and everything over the land into the air within the limits to allow for air traffic. Method for determining the cost of a building that relies on cost manuals, and is sometimes called the cost manuals method. A principle that says the value of a home is held down by the other homes in an area, usually said about best home in the worst area. Okay, so that one's the best home in the worst area. This one is worst home in the best area. Let's see what we got. So this is land right here, probably the actual dirt or soil on the ground from a legal standpoint, land. I'm going to go with the square foot method for determining the cost of a building that relies on cost manuals. And then we want to say a principle that says value of home is helped up by the other homes in an area, usually said about the worst home in the best area. So that would be progression. I think we're progressing the worst to the best. And then the best to the worst would be regression. These could be flipped. We'll see how it goes. Check the answers. Boom. Correct. Pause it again if you guys want to check out the answers. Write down the vocab words. We're going to go next. All right, we have URAR, functional obsolescence, diminishing returns, and plottage. When a building is less desirable because of something inherent in the design of the structure. Law that says beyond a certain point, that added value of an additional feature, addition, repair, etc., is less than the actual cost of the item. A standard appraisal report form used by lenders and appraisers because it has been developed and approved by secondary mortgage market players Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. An increase in value by successful assemblage, usually due to a change in use. Okay, this one's kind of tough, right? So I think diminishing returns, when a building is less desirable of something inherent in this. So that would be, I think that's diminishing returns maybe. Law that says beyond a certain point, the added value of an additional feature, addition, repair is less than the actual cost of the item. So actually this one might be diminishing returns. This top one, when a building is less desirable because of something inherent, is functional obsolescence. I'm going to go with that one. And then we have a standard appraisal report form used by lenders, appraisers, because, and then we have increase in value by assemblage, usually due to change in use. These ones, plottage. I don't know what plottage is, and I don't know what UR is. I'm going to try plottage over here, and an increase in value by successful assemblage, and UR here. Let's check it. Correct. All right. We're doing pretty good on this vocab today. Remember, I'm studying with you guys. This is the first time I've seen those vocabulary words. I do not have my real estate license, but I plan on getting it soon. Wish me luck. I wish you guys luck. Let's go to the next vocab questions or words. Gross income multiplier, GIM, reconciliation, demand, gross rent multiplier. All right. We have a number derived from comparable rental property in an area, which then used to estimate the value of a piece of real estate. The GMRM is used for 1 to 4 unit residential properties. Compare gross income multiplier, which is a variation used for commercial properties that uses annual income. I think they're giving us the answers here in the definitions. A variation of the GMRM, which is used for commercial properties but uses annual income figures. The appraisal process of analyzing the values derived from the different appraisal approaches to arrive at a final value estimate or opinion. The need or desire for a specific good or service by others. All right, so we're going to go with demand here, down here. The need or desire for a specific good or service by buyers. Reconciliation, the appraisal process of analyzing the values derived from a different appraisal. Okay, that's probably that one. And then, okay, we got a number derived from comparable rental property in an area, the GMRM. Gross income multiplier. I think this one has about rent, right? A variation of the GMRM, which is used for commercial properties but uses annual income figures. So they literally just told us the definition: gross income multiplier, which uses annual income. This one uses annual income. Boom. Gross income multiplier. GRM and GIM. We have a lot of acronyms that we always need to know. Let's try and see if these are right. Correct. All right. I am 100% right now. I'm doing pretty good. We're going next. Screenshot this if you need to. We have market price, scarcity, physical deterioration, seller's market. A physical characteristic of real property that says there is a limited supply of real estate, that the perceived supply of a goods or service relative to the demand for the item. Actual wear and tear on something due to the age, the elements, or other forces. A situation in the housing market when a large number of buyers are looking for a housing in an area of limited availability. The price that a piece of real estate sold for in an actual transaction. Okay, I think that's market price here. The price that a piece of real estate sold for in an actual transaction. A physical, I think this is a seller's market here. A situation in the housing market when a large number of buyers are looking for housing in an area of limited availability. So that means you have a lot of buyers and limited sellers. So that means when you are trying to sell your house, you can probably get more money for it because you got a lot of people interested. Scarcity, a physical, no. Okay, let's see. So this one's physical deterioration, a physical characteristic of real property that says there is limited supply of real estate. The perceived supply of good service, actual wear and tear on something due to age. I think this one would be physical deterioration, actual wear and tear. And then scarcity would be this top one, a physical characteristic of real property. We're going to check it. Correct. All right. Is that all of them? 20 correct, 0 missed. Perfect. Completed this session. How did we do? Look at the date. Don't worry about that. All right. Usually if I would miss some, and I do miss some all the time, I click mark incorrect, and I would physically write down the words and the definitions on a piece of paper. There's some science behind memory and writing stuff down. This is why I read all the definitions too. I'm trying to learn all this stuff with you guys. So stay tuned. All right, we're back in the classroom again. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys want more real estate test question videos, real estate vocabulary videos, we have more concept videos. We are studying the exam with you, and we plan on doing these videos for a long time. So subscribe, stay tuned, and we're going to learn together. Thanks for watching.